Welcome to Too Stupid for Web3, the show that makes sure you don't end up like me, too stupid to win. Each week, I bring on smart minds from across the Web3 space. I know it's a little debatable sometimes, but we're going to break things down in a way that actually makes sense, whether you're just getting started or you're already been a long veteran of this space. We got you covered with crypto news, Web3 insights, Upland updates, and just straight up real talk. This week, I have the one and only Mars Utah joining me. And we're getting closer and closer to racing season, so you'll definitely want to check out the segment, The Winner's Circle, when we start getting Mass Chef back on. But stay tuned. Got a lot to talk about, and hopefully by the end of the episode, you end up maybe a little smarter than me, and I promise you, it's not that hard to do. So I do apologize for everyone. The first week of school kicked off this week for me, and I was sitting there doing all my preps and got a message like, "Hey, you still doing the show tonight?" And I was like, I didn't schedule the show. So I hurried up and rushed. So thank you to everybody that was asking about it, and also that joined quickly as I posted that, hey, we're going live here in a couple of minutes. So that's my fault. It's just been a hectic week. All the kids headed back to school except for my youngest one. And that little guy is going to be the death of me. And he can't say, "Hey, Dad." He's just like, "Ayo." I'm like, "I'm not Ayo." And if I'm not Ayo, I'm bro. And I'm like, "I'm not bro." And I taught his older brother a lesson probably a couple years ago when he was just calling me bruh. I put him out on the front porch in the winter and I said, "Go hang out with one of your bros to stay the night." And that lasted all of 30 seconds. And he never called me bruh again. So I got to give the little one a couple more years for it, but he was laying in bed Monday night, first day back for all the other kids. And he's like, "Ayo." I'm like, "Stop it with the Ayo, man." And he said, "Is Friday a daddy day? Just you and me?" I said, "Absolutely." And I was impressed that he realized and recognized through the whole summer that Fridays, he doesn't go to preschool. So Fridays, it's just me and him. And he remembered. So he was already looking forward to it. He's like, "Yes, I got the other three out of here. So it's just Dad and me. So we're going to have a good time." But yeah, craziness of the week. Just making sure people got on buses, meet the teachers, all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, hopefully everybody had a great week. This week, a couple of news stories to talk about, a couple of games I found pretty interesting. And then we'll get into some stuff with Mars, and we'll definitely discuss some things that happened this week in Upland. So, yes, yes. Let's get started, and I'm going to bring on the one and only Mars Utah. What's going on, brother?
Yo, not too much. How's it going, my man?
Doing well. You'll get to experience the whole school stuff here in a couple years, so it's fun, especially when you get
Yeah.
multiples.
Sorry to step on you there. Yeah, we're getting there. We're in the in-betweener, the school-like daycare. So it's an interesting situation.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I love the MTV shirt.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Had to break it out. You gotta love it, reminiscent of the days that there was actually music on music television.
Right? Like, how can you not bring music television back and not be successful?
Yeah, it's just ridiculousness television, I believe. I've heard ridiculous stats about ridiculousness on there, how much it plays and how the amount of the airtime and everything, and it's pretty much just the entire channel.
And all he did was rip off Tosh. So,
Yeah, more or less, it's a pretty good gig. Apparently, they
yeah.
shoot like 8 of them in a day for like 3 weeks a year, and then they go hang out. It's not a bad gig.
I mean, all you do is make fun of videos.
Nailed it. But yeah, a little nostalgia here tonight. It's
Oh,
one of my go-tos.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's my I was bringing my oldest daughter home from gymnastics, and Careless Whisper came on the radio, and she said, "Dad, when did this song come out?" I'm like, "I don't know, mid 80s or so." And she looked it up and it was 1984. And I said, wow, that was a while ago. That was a year before, I said it was a while ago. I'm like, go text your aunt. And she did. And she was like, Careless Whispers is on. And that thing is so old. And then my sister-in-law made a comment and her reply was, she said it came out 4 years after or 6 years after she was born. And she said, so you're telling me it's vintage? I was like, hey, knock it off. I'm in that age group too. She started calling it vintage. But I like her sense of humor.
Yeah, that's a rough one. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
luckily, it doesn't look like I'm aging. So
Not at all. That's the great thing about your appearance on these shows. You never age.
no Botox needed to stay without the wrinkles here.
Like your hairline never recedes. You never get sunburned. I mean, it's amazing complexion that you maintain.
It's a good gig, man. I'll take it.
So as I was doing the research and knew that I had you coming on, of course, the best news had to hit us this week. It had to be the announcement. So of Ye, aka Kanye West, he launched his own coin.
Yeah.
And now back in the day, he said meme coins prey on fans. He said this, and then all of a sudden he turns around and launches his own coin.
Yeah, this breaks my heart, too stupid. I think you probably know that musically, I love me some Kanye. But man, my guy just really keeps just letting me down over and over and over and over again. And yeah, I'd like to say I'm surprised that he's a hypocrite about meme coins, but it seems to just be what's up these days.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I did like he called it the Yeezy YZY, and he did it on the Solana blockchain. When it launched in the first 40 minutes, its market cap jumped to $3 billion, and then it plunged about 65%, stabilizing somewhere right around $1 billion in that first day of trading.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks with what usually happens with those things.
Yeah.
Branding is always his strong suit. That's why I'm a sucker for most of the products he puts out and his shoes and his music. But yeah, my guy's gotten a little too wild even for me the last few years here.
I mean, he basically took prison shoes and classed them up.
I love me some Yeezy 350s, man. They're like walking on clouds.
I know. I mean, he did some good things with it, but when the Yeezys first came out, now the sketchy thing
But yeah,
with
not every model. There's some weird ones. I got a pair of winter boots. What are they? 700s? I don't know what they are. They're yellow. They're disgusting. I broke them out on More Cheese's podcast a million years ago. The Venus won't let me wear them out in public because they look so bad.
Now, what attracted to him? Just that they were the new Yeezys, that they were yellow, that they were boots. Like,
I mean, I know it's going to come as a shock, but I love some stupid, gaudy stuff sometimes. And they're really hard to get. I probably still could sell them for like $800, but they're sought after, but I'm not sure why.
Because they're rare.
That sums it up, right? That sums up a lot in our world here. The physical collectibles I'm into mirror a lot of Web3 stuff sometimes.
But even though they're rare, they have to be desired by people. It's always interesting if you watch people trying to flip anything. If they have too much of a personal attachment to it, and it's always
I'll flip you. Sorry, Usual Suspects. Somebody's gonna get that joke.
Oh yeah. They like always value what they're trying to sell to a dealer way more than it's actually worth, and they don't understand that if you're selling it to a dealer, they have to make money off of it. So it's just fun watching those negotiations.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't watch Pawn Stars back in the day.
Right. I think that's vintage now too. There.
Look at this. Well, Kanye vinyl still in the cellophane here.
Ooh,
Yeah, the guy's breaking my heart. I'm telling you.
yeah. And 70% of that token is owned by Yeezy Investments LLC, and only 20% was publicly released. Now, the worst part was they believe there was suspicious activity because within minutes, several wallets, which they maybe think were insiders, made large buys and rushed to sell it at a sizable profit, fueling the speculation of insider knowledge. But Yeezy Yeezy is framed as part of a broader Yeezy money ecosystem aiming at offering crypto payments and debit service. So supposedly he's trying to be a crypto payment and debit service is his grand scheme of things, but yet he controls 70% of the supply, 10% a lot allocated for liquidity. So I don't know. I don't know about all that. The tokenomics seem a little sketch to me.
This might be a desperate move since wasn't he? Didn't he? What's the? Wasn't he unbanked by somebody for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
or debanked, whatever we're calling it?
Yeah, he was debanked for a bit, and he did his dropped.
Unbanked.
He's done some hot messes.
Yeah, yeah. Still listen to his music though, but I just can't wear my shirts in public. They just stay in the closet these days.
Not taking that one.
Yep. Treading lightly here, you know.
Yeah. It's just hard, as you said, being a fan of all this classic stuff, and him coming out saying that meme coins prey on fans, and now he launches one himself, but he's trying to backpedal it by saying that it's not just a meme coin, it's a bigger thing and part of his brand. But the guy knows how to market, so that's something that I'm going to watch on to. Is there going to be real utility behind it, or is it just the hype? And maybe he's has financial issues. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. And we'll see if there's any regulatory response, because we know what happened to the Hawk 2 girls and her
Yeah,
meme coin.
I was about to say with the way his feet are in the fire already, he might just be asking for some trouble here. And yeah, I mean, not that this is super groundbreaking, but also just, knowing him well and a lot of stuff that he's put out, he's had just as many misses as he's had hits with swings, maybe even more misses as far as when it comes to products and non-musical efforts. He's had some cool stuff, but as far as having commercial success, he misses a lot, and this doesn't seem very groundbreaking. So,
No, but you can't tell which ones are going to hit or miss with them, though, because sometimes you're like, that's not going to work. And then we just discussed your yellow snow boots. So you're like, how's this working?
yeah, if I'm trying to go in the Wayback Machine to find a safe year to pick as like a commercially safe Yeezy, and I just keep having to go. Like, if this was 2013 Yeezy, uh, maybe he would have enough goodwill out there that people would buy in it and make traction. But he's been burning bridges for a long time.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting story, because it caught my attention. So, once again, we're seeing a big name meme coin blow up instantly, grab headlines, and then crash to the ground. And the worrisome part is, once again, it looks like insiders were part of it. So you're probably going to see some sort of regulatory response. It might not involve Yi, and this is all speculation and non-financial advice too. So we'll see if this is one of the ones that he knocks out of the park, or one of the ones where he strikes out, and watch him melt down about something else and move on to the next product.
Yeah, a little quick Upland tie-in here. It is good timing with the Yeezy bit, but yeah, way back in the Upland days when Manhattan came out, my first custom block explorer was one of the Zebra Yeezy 350 sneakers, and I think I talked about me and Left House were talking about him for some reason on the Upland Action News back in the day. And then all of a sudden we're buying in New York, and everywhere I'm buying next to me is an account just named Kanye West. And I have no clue who it is to this day. And I don't know if it was on purpose or if the timing was just randomly impeccable, but it was hilarious.
Oh, now you make me want to go look up Kanye West.
He's out there. Those properties are still there. It's like in the Bowery, because we were buying like where 5 Points is, or was in Manhattan, like Gangs of New York stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you cleaned up on Manhattan, in my opinion.
Yeah, Upland just doesn't have culture. No, I'm just kidding. It's just I went for the deep cuts.
I appreciate it.
Except for the Apollo. That's not a deep cut.
I mean, Kanye West is worth $5 million UpX.
It probably hasn't been active in a while.
October 29th, 2020 was their birthday.
Yeah, so that's like right when it was popping off. I'm gonna say it was random, but it was amazing timing. It made for good podcast jokes.
Yeah.
I know I was gonna prepare tonight too, and for the first time in like 400 podcasts.
Yeah,
But you didn't give me any homework. You took it easy on me.
I was like, okay, I have all this to do, and then I'm going to prep for the show tomorrow night, and I started to do it, and it was whack-a-mole with the kids getting them to bed. So then I failed. Then there was work, and then I got home and more house stuff, and then I started to look, and I'm like, yeah, this is too late for you to look all this stuff up now. So
I did take a little look at what you sent me, but
okay.
yeah, I can only imagine. I have one little savage who luckily just kind of goes to bed at the same time every night, so we'll see what happens.
Now it was so good. Our little one was such a great sleeper. You laid him in the crib, he'd roll over and he'd put his head down, close his eyes, go to sleep. As soon as we took that side rail off that crib, when he got old enough, whack-a-mole season started. But it does stop, somewhere. At least the other one stopped somewhere around 5 or 6. So the end is near.
Nice. Yeah, you're pulling out of it, my man.
Oh yeah. Hey, and my neighbors have babies, and I'm like, God, I don't miss that. I hear them cry, or I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Oh man, I've been sleeping on the chat. They're in there talking about fish sticks.
Yeah. One of the other stories caught my attention today was privacy under pressure, the Tornado Cash case, and the U.S. crypto policy. Pretty much the criminal conviction of Tornado Cash co-founder Roman Storm has reignited concerns over crypto privacy in the U.S., echoing past encryption debates. Legal experts are warning that this represents growing friction between privacy rights and regulatory control. What is good about this is it drives essential public discourse around crypto privacy versus law enforcement needs. And it also reminds that decentralization and privacy are still core values debated in the crypto governance. Now, what's bad about it is a precedent of legal action against the privacy tools could quickly chill entire areas of the ecosystem, and uncertainty puts developers and users at risk for fear of liability, which may limit innovation or user rights. And what we'll be looking for is how U.S. laws will adjust, and will the privacy tools be restricted or regulated, and will legislative debates and policy responses to the post-conviction, will they shape crypto's privacy landscaping long-term, or will it fall flat?
Oh man, I feel like I'm at the end of Billy Madison trying to answer the last question.
I mean, that's a lot to take in, but I mean, that has a big effect in the crypto space.
Yeah, they're really going to start clamping down on all that stuff. Where you can keep your transactions anonymous, and depending on what country. And I'm not surprised that guy got arrested. He's either a wrestler or a supervillain, and I don't think he's a wrestler. What's his name?
His name is Roman Storm.
Yeah, don't trust that guy. No, I'm just kidding. That's not a real name. That is not a real person. Somebody made that guy up. Well, yeah, I don't have a lot of big brain stuff on that, but yeah, that's the general thing. You're gonna see everybody getting turned inside out here as regulation comes closer to being adopted across the board and things get ironed out. All that stuff's gonna really start to fade away. All the Wild West stuff.
Yeah. And I'll be interested to watch how it develops because just how they're going to try to I don't want to use the wrong words here, but or basically try to control the crypto space, I guess, and trying to bring it under maybe banking laws or security laws or something of that nature. Um, it because it's control over your dollar is always important, and this disrupts a $1 trillion ecosystem.
Yeah. I mean, it's not apples to apples analogy, but anytime the government gets their hands on something new, they usually go big. You look at marijuana legalization in states and the tax on that, and you compare that to what alcohol is, and just how big all the regulations are above what traditionally things like that would be. And I assume the same is going to go for crypto over traditional fiat products and all that kind of stuff, because it's hard for them to keep grabbing more. Well, actually, it isn't, but they're going to start at the highest point that they can possibly start at with regulation. In all ways that's really takes a bite out of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Bitcoin has slipped below some key support amid the US EU trade news, but I think in my thoughts, it looks like it's depending more on what the Federal Reserve is going to do, and they have their upcoming announcements coming, and we'll see where that goes. But it it looks like that you know it's smart market behavior, and all these big geopolitical news may not override the crypto sensitivity to financial policy, and that will be something as we watch, as we're looking at support levels, somewhere around 112, 110 ish, and see how it works around that range. But volatility can always upset the unsettle the newcomers, because you see more and more mainstream media showing people saying Bitcoin's going to a million in 2030, or they're making bold predictions about Bitcoin in itself. And you can have the underlying data and make a case with all these ETFs and big banks, and all this news that's rolling out rather quickly here over the last 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the timeline, I don't have any strategic insights. I haven't really been putting in the time lately, but it's I think at some point here, we're due for another big drop. Not imminently, but that's just seems to be the way the cycles work. There'll be a world event, obviously not as catastrophic as what happened last time, but you see the dip, if we get the whiff of a recession, and especially the way the 4-year cycle go with Bitcoin. It's probably keep creeping up here for a while, but I wouldn't be shocked if we get a drop that no one's predicting.
Yeah, I know a guy at work. He walked away. He walked away from work. He's like, I got 3 million in Bitcoin. I'm out. And just walked away.
Yeah, I mean, God bless him. It
Like, I didn't even know it till he's like, hey man, great working with you. It's my last day. I'm like, what's up? He goes, I got 3 million in Bitcoin. I'm done with this. I'm like, good for you, man.
yeah, I was that guy once. I didn't have 3 million in Bitcoin though. I just wrote stories and made Web3 games, but you
Yeah.
know, I was a thousandaire.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, thousandaire. I like it. I like it. Now, before we jump into some more stories, I didn't do this with X1 and I didn't do this with TM. I don't know. It was kind of, I forgot with TM, but it's just some fun questions.
Oh boy.
And it's an either or. I let Elijah Judah off the hook. But you can't pick both. It's either or.
Okay. So I have to talk to my tailor. They did not get the mouth right for drinking.
All right. You ready for this?
All right, as ready as I can be with your sick mind. What are you going to throw at me here?
Thundercats or Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Domino's or Pizza Hut?
Domino's.
Living single or friends?
Single.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
NSYNC, I guess. Can I pick neither?
Nope.
No. NSYNC's got some karaoke legs. I've never done Backstreet Boys, but I've done some NSYNC.
There, you see things you learn about Mars here.
Yeah, I was down on my knees. It was a heck of a performance.
Nice.
Tell me why. Sorry.
That's Backstreet Boys.
Oh, it is? All right, I reversed my answer.
Or is it bad that I know? No, my oldest son, he just walks around and you ask him something. He's like, tell me why. I'm like, knock it off, dude. Then the song gets stuck in my head. I'm like, you're killing me.
Can you tell how sober I was when that happened? Do you remember what group sings that song?
Yeah. I mean, that's approaching vintage, maybe. Godfathers or Goodfellas? Or Godfather or Goodfellas?
Goodfellas. Though I have respect for all of them.
All right. Fair, fair. Voltron or Power Rangers?
Voltron.
Scooby-Doo or Hong Kong Phooey?
Oh, damn. That's a bolter. Gotta go Scooby just for the volume of work.
Inch High, Private Eye, or Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget.
All right.
And what did you call me in that first one? Are you trying to implicate something?
Ooh, wait, what? Ninja
Did you
Turtles?
call me Inch High, Private Eye? What the hell did you say to me?
Ah, nice. And then last but not least, Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
There you go. All
I
right.
think they draw those flame broiled lines out with Sharpies at Burger King. I swear.
That could be true.
Yeah, if somebody will work there, let me know. Does somebody in the back draw those lines on the burgers, or is there really a grill back there?
I think they got to sign an NDA when they work there about that.
That's what I thought.
I just thought it was kind of sus that fast food would have you sign an NDA. So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. Now those are mostly pretty quick questions for me there. Those are pretty strong opinions.
Yes.
I almost wore a Biggie t-shirt tonight drawn by my good friend Jeremy Fish, whose address was my first purchase in Upland.
Nice.
That's the reason I kind of got into it.
Now everybody's going to go find Jeremy Fish and knock on his door and be like, I know Mars, Utah.
Yeah, he's got a gallery. He's over in North Beach, San Francisco.
Nice.
He's the unofficial mayor.
Nice.
He has a day. He has a San Francisco day officially. Pretty solid stuff.
That is pretty solid. Now, some other announcements. Don't forget that the East Coast meetup is going on September 12th through 14th. And if you can't meet the East Coast meetup, definitely come and check out the Midwest meetup, which I'll be hosting October 17th through 19th. We'll be visiting ultra rare properties in Upland that are in the Cleveland vicinity. Well, not in the vicinity, they are in Cleveland. So we'll be visiting ultra rares and rare properties, and we should have a good time there. I should probably set up a Discord for this show now. there's a lot of stuff on my to-do list, but yes, definitely do that. Also, have one more space in the Upland Fantasy League. This is the 5th year, 6th year, 6th year.
6th year?
Oh, there we go.
Got to be
And then
5.
we started in 2020, I believe.
Oh, you had one before me?
Maybe not. Maybe it was
I
2021.
think it
I'll
was
have to check that out.
21. Maybe it was
Oh,
20. We dove right in, huh? Nice.
yeah. I like that. We got the East Coast in September, Midwest in October, and the West Coast in November.
Nice.
Nice. I like that. Shaq and
Community.
Mesme are hosting it.
Community doing their thing out there in lieu of IRL Genesis Week.
Yeah. Yep. Now, 2 games that caught my attention this week was a game called Bloodloop 2.
Before we go too much farther, I saw Robert ask me if I like fish sticks earlier. I've been meaning to comment for a while. I do like putting fish sticks in my mouth. So that'll settle the score on that one. Sorry to interrupt you. I didn't want to be rude to Robert.
No. Well, we have to dive a little deeper. Like, do you put it in your mouth and take it out, or do you eat them?
I eat them. I'm not sure what you're implying. You know,
I didn't know what you were.
Especially
You
after the
just
one
said
inch
you like
private
putting
eye.
them in your mouth. You
I
just said
do.
you like,
You know, I love fish sticks.
yeah, which is fine. That is good.
If you get the joke, you know, you get it. If you don't,
Yeah,
then we're the weirdest people ever right now. It's fine. I already
absolutely.
was.
And it is not anything derogatory. So, anyway, well, I mean, of course, I was going to get into this in a bit, but that was a nice little segue. You know, Upland released the next set of service structures, and of course, there was a massage parlor. So there were all kinds of side jokes and general chat, and all the 12-year-old boys came out with their comments. So it kind of went down the drain there. So
Yeah, you got to see that one coming, right?
I mean, they got rid of trailer parks and Spud Wars, so why are you gonna put a like do a salon, do a spa, but a
Yeah.
massage parlor? I mean, didn't you learn from the trailer parks?
Yeah, I mean, I get the, you know, if you're just totally tunnel vision it in, you know, it's a nice thing to have in your area, but I don't feel like we pumped out enough structures to be going to massage parlors yet.
Yeah, you
It
could have
could be there's some safer fruit out there.
right. Y- you can have physical therapy too. You should have just called it a salon or a day spa or anything but a massage parlor, because that just
Yeah.
brings out all the 12-year-old boys in their comments and immaturities.
Yeah, what can you say? But yeah, you got to see that one coming.
I don't know. It, as much as nope, nope. After 5 years of experience, nope, it doesn't surprise me.
No, not one bit. Not one bit. The second I saw it, I was like, "Oh, what's going on in Discord right now?"
Yeah, I was just like, eh, and I've always offered my services that hey, if you want to run things by somebody, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll let you know right away.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna suggest that they make a fish stick kiosk.
Hey, you can put them on some wharfs, and it would work out pretty well.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop beating that dead horse now.
Yes. All right. Now we had Bloodloop. Bloodloop season 2 came out. So Bloodloop is a 5-on-5 shooter, and it's free to play, but they constantly have 6 different leaderboards. They constantly have contests. Um, I thought that it's very easy to jump in and play a hero shooter type game without payment, and they have, as I said, 6 fresh weekly leaderboards, which helps give everybody a chance to win. And it's a blend of strategy and action. But it's another Web3 game that's out there that is feeding into, what people like. They like the shooter games. They like being able to team up. Um, it looks like I got to give it. I just don't have time to try out these games. I read about them. I look at their websites. I look at their tokenomics and all that stuff. I did find
Yeah, I
that.
took a look at it. It seems to be taking the angle possibly of maybe long-term eyes on the prize, having that kind of e-sport team versus team kind of feel, which I think a lot of the games in the Web3 space have tried to use that wave to gain some momentum, trying to get caught on as a competitive e-sport.
Yeah. Eh, the thing that did concern me is they only have 350,000, 350 million tokens to it, but a lot of it is designated to the ecosystem reward and the crafting incentives that takes up a big portion of it. It takes up about 40% of the coin supply itself. And I did like that their vesting is they have a cliff and a vesting period for it. So I did like the way that it was set up, and they are doing 33% play to airdrops to it.
All right.
So it's something to continue to look at, and their token is BLS. And once again, not financial advice.
Yeah, I like that you can get in for free. Those are a lot of the games that are drawing my attention. You can start with a little bit of grind and then start reinvesting what you make and go from there, basically.
Yeah, and you don't have to set up a crypto wallet right away. So it's easy for the average gamer to come, or a gamer that likes playing a shooter game. This is something that could attract them. And then once they figure out that, hey, just them playing, they can start earning a little something, it could attract more people. And then the other one that caught my attention was Outlanders was is a medieval blockchain adventure, and they released it on Google Play. That was just last week, and I missed it for last week's. Well, actually, it came out the day after the show. So they launched it on Google Play on August 15th, and it's under Outlanders MMO. And players explore battle monsters and other adventures for territorial dominance, and you defeat foes for unique drops and crypto assets, aka NFTs. You can choose between roles. You can equip any tools without weapons restrictions, earn expertise by doing things like crafting, treasure hunting, and item collecting. They're looking to have a co-op party mode added, and they have a vision map released back in July. So once again, easy access. It's mobile, which is really nice. And then there's no wallet setup or crypto to buy to start out. And it looks like your typical MMORPG game. But I like that it's mobile. So that caught my eye because it was mobile and it's on the Binance blockchain, and built with Unity. So I thought that was rather intriguing and something to continue to keep tabs on.
Yeah, I was able to take a pretty good peek at that one. Yeah, looks like a fun game. A lot there. The one thing that I did kind of made me feel on the website that it may be a little too in your face with the like crypto Web3 gaming part of it. Just kind of harkening back to your conversation with, I just said harkening, back to your conversation with X1 the gamer, and how to get mass adoption and things like that. A lot of that really needs to be in the background, And as far as the game goes, I think it could have appeal to really bring in a bunch of people. But the one thing that stood out to me is when you go to the website at the very top, they have the ticker for the coin versus USDT, and it just seemed a little too prominent, like it may scare away a lot of the casuals.
Right. And if you look at their token land, there's 2 billion total supply, and they got 1.15 billion out in circulation right now. It's trading at 0.0005. The token looks like it was released back in August of this year, or July, at the end of July. And yeah, that that was the interesting part too that jumped out, that as they were trying to sell it, it's right there for you, and you also have tabs on their website to buy it. It has the links to buy, and it has all the documents. It's right there in your face. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean, that could
land.
go either way. Obviously, it's good to have that usability, but yeah, that's just a lot of what I think about, is, it's pretty limiting when you go to the hardcore, crypto gaming folks, we've come to find out, I think, in the broader sense. So, I feel like the more you can keep that under the hood, but also have the accessibility for the people that want it, probably the better for your long-term success and, player base.
Yeah. And then they had, I lost my train of thought on there. I think I was trying to transition to something else, and I was already moved on to it in my mind without closing out that segment there.
I just stunned you with my insightful intellect.
You did. No, that was good insights.
I don't even remember what I said, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, never. I just saw your back messages, and yeah, you could have done that. Not a problem. Don't have to ask. Um, let's see here. So we did get a developer update from Upland this week, just 2 days ago. And the biggest, I think, wow, they did announce that we're going to be able to sell properties with map assets on it. That's been something that's been talked about for a very long time. But they said they're moving it up in their priority, and they're targeting a full release in quarter 4 of this year, which starts in October. So that's not that far away. I do like that they are listening to the style of feedback, and they are now prioritizing it. And quarter 4 is not too far away, so hopefully that is a good date, and there's no delays there. Um, I'm not sure. It would be a pain if you had something really decorated, but I think that also can, because right now a property with a building on it's just a property with a structure. I can do that, you can do that, but if you have a property and you've decorated it super cool and acquired map assets from either your own manufacturing or other people's manufacturing, you know, that can add into the value of the property and the structure itself.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's some sweet ones out there. Yeah, that's how you're really tailoring it to give it character. Even with the service structures, I mean, obviously they're a lot more tailored to look like what they're supposed to be, but still, you're really gonna drive the point home by enhancing it with the map assets that fit the vibe you want for the rest of that building. Tables outside your restaurants, whatever it may be. So that goes for everything, really, given the property character. But yeah, I'm just excited that these features are starting to roll out. That the multi structure feature is huge for those of us that have been around forever. There's a few things we've been talking about for a very long time, and they're finally starting to pop up. Multi structure properties are one of them. Still no talk about it, but one of the ones I've always hoped for is being able to combine your properties into larger properties, and I think that's even more attractive these days with the size of these structures and some of the neighborhoods. Um, you know,
Oh
I,
yeah.
when I first started playing Upland, I went after Buena Vista in San Francisco because of Mount Olympus, but it's all small properties, so it's really hard to deck it out with anything, service structure wise.
Yeah, that's the only concern that I have with, how what do you do for the neighborhoods that have nothing but small properties? How do you attract the uppies? Because, unless they just don't want the hectic chaos and want to live, you consider your neighborhood the burbs of the city. I'll be interested to see how that dynamic plays out.
Yeah, but then I basically own a block. It'd be cool if that could just be one property.
Right.
But yeah, bringing it back around, other than my wish list, yeah, I think that's a lot of those features are really cool.
And as Fun Guy says, there could be more decorated properties. Everybody finds their niche, what they like in Upland. So there's some awesome decorators out there with properties, and that could be a thing where they acquire property cheap and they decorate it and they're able to sell it for a very nice profit.
Yeah, yeah, I think it opens up a cool avenue for people expressing themselves and possibly a new part of the economy here.
And if you've ever tried to decorate your property for one of the contests, and once you realize the hours that the winners put into arranging everything, you appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah, I don't think I've found all my boxes yet from when they first dropped them on us. So I can't imagine dealing with ornaments like those guys do.
Nice. Yeah. And
Um,
I
you know,
figured
I
that
will.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I will say the one feature that I know has been talked about, but still desperate for the filtering properties when you're filling your collections. The good folks over at Upixland have opened up a couple of the premium features for free members to use, and one of them is a collection optimizer. And
Yes.
dear God, filling some of those more generic ones. Get
Yeah.
yourself a drink.
Even if you don't put a filter, at least put a default of the properties that would be because if a property is already in a collection, it goes down to the bottom of your list. So at least put it in order, in a descending order that is the most profitable property for that collection. And that would help too. Even if you don't have to filter, then, hey, this property gives you the most earnings when this collection and all the way down. So that would be, I don't know if that's an easy fix because they already have it where, if the property's in a collection, it moves down to the bottom of the screen with a check mark in it and you're all good. Unless you need one of those properties for that collection. But there's ways around that too.
Yeah, but yeah, I had not tended to them in a while, and that reminded me
Yeah.
freshly of how infuriating that is.
Now, they did also announce the improved asset search, but that is when you're just looking for map assets and it's just removing the reserve map assets from listing. It's not for your map assets in your inventory, which can be maddening for a shop owner or a manufacturer too. So hopefully there's something that comes along there with not only the listings, but also with your own inventory.
Yeah, yeah, I can't imagine you producers with factories out there what you have to wade through.
Yeah. And they said so UGC submissions, it got really cumbersome for a while. They were able to streamline it for a while and it started to build back up. So there's a lot of people submitting stuff. The wait time's pretty long. They're looking on ways to improve and speed up the review and approval process. So hopefully they're expecting the wait times to drop significantly soon. So we'll look to see how that works out. And the interesting one is update to sends. I should do a video on the history of sends because it's pretty intriguing over the last 5 years in Upland history. So Upland says that they are going to remove the need to collect and use sends. Now, you're still going to be able to you're still be able to go to anybody's property and that person will still be able to collect send fees, but you just don't have to be making sure you have sends.
Oh, okay, so you just have unlimited sends, but you still pay your send fees.
Yeah.
All right. I'm on board with it.
Yeah. Now, does this make us move closer to travel with cars?
I hope so. I hope so. Because I mean, yeah, sends are just kind of annoying. Because I just would just have to fly back someplace where I had a net and collect them and fly back. So never really stopped you.
Yeah. And
If,
I know it's cumbersome for Upland, or I think it's cumbersome for Upland during city releases. They monitor and then they have to drop more sends instead of being able to, monitor any other issues that they have going on. I'm excited to see that you don't have to collect and use sends, and you'll just be able to go wherever you want, whenever you want. And my first thought when I started reading the first sentences is like, wait, what about the send fees? And he said, you get those. So I'm good.
yeah, yeah, no reason. That actually probably generate more send fees for other players. So sounds good to me.
And if you have not checked out Kachow's Chrome plugin for personal asset management, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. He's got a plugin for your assets, huh?
Oh yeah, it's super smooth. It's just a Chrome asset or a Chrome plugin, and it works really well.
I'm trying to hold back so many comments.
uh,
I was already trying not to make asset jokes before that one.
and that's the interesting one is, you used to only be allowed to collect so many sends in a day. Are they going to cap that because for treasure hunters, or it? I'll be intrigued there.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that is a part I didn't think about. You know, you could just well, they already kind of curbed that with the inflating fees for the standard hunts. So,
Yeah,
I guess if you just want to sit there and grind all day and pay for it, God bless you.
it does say it is unlimited. You are correct, City, but yet at the same time, it's not always followed. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah.
So you can't
And
just
let's,
go all willy nilly.
yeah. All right. I have UpX to give away. So first, let's talk. Get the right screen. All right. Share
Yeah, next
screen.
time we come on, I'll figure out something to give away. It's been a while.
Yeah. So if you haven't got in on this,
Woo.
2675 Gary Boulevard. Geary. Gary. Yeah. Geary Boulevard. If you stake Spark on here each week this month, I'm giving away 100,000 up, or for the next, I'm giving away 100,000 UpX again next week to anybody that stakes Spark on these properties. I would prefer that you stake the Spark on the high school so I complete that a lot quicker, and then I'll continue to run the contest to build out these other ones. So, but we did have 8 people stake Spark this week, and I will be giving away 100,000 UpX here. Not all at once. I have it broke down. So
Look at that comment. Complex.
yeah, City Pigeon has a nice complex himself. He has a nice square property, so it makes it a lot easier instead of a property with these angles and swirls and scribbles and all that stuff. And I still have room to add more items around the block. So this will be a pretty good spot for the uppies to come hang out.
Yeah, we're just starting to do our city planning because Buena Vista is so limited. We're going to Chinatown, Manhattan, and Mill Basin, Brooklyn, I believe. We've got some giant properties.
Okay. That sounds pretty good.
What?
All right.
What? Oh, so you're in San Francisco with that one? What neighborhood's that fall in?
Yeah. That is in the. Oh, helps if I go to the right screen.
Is that Pacific Heights?
No, that is in the Anza Vista.
Oh, okay.
And it's the only property I own in there.
Just above the old Buena Vista.
Yeah. Sorry, City. That is Puppet. You're the one that showed me Puppet's property. Land Grab 23's got a nice spot. So, all right, let's give some UpX away.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up demolishing some apartment buildings, I think, so I can build service structures, which is heartbreaking.
Yeah. All righty.
Ratatouille, nice.
Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and I should have paid a little closer. All right. This one will be for 5,000 UpX.
Does that one say pierogies? It's upside down. I can't tell.
Pierogies. I don't
No,
even know what
definitely
you're
doesn't
looking
say
at.
definitely doesn't say pierogies. Sorry about that.
All right, Sir Red, I will get you your 5,000 UpX. All right, next one is for 7,500 UpX. Oh,
I thought you were gonna say 75,000. I was like, wow, that's a big jump right there.
7,500. Sir Red, you were supposed to be removed. I clicked the wrong thing. So if you win, we will respin.
See what
Land up
happens when
7.
Congratulations. Just gonna say, see what happens when you have to run the show by yourself. You're leaving people on the wheel.
Yep. Just screwing it up. But at least I have somebody to hold me accountable and make fun of me. So I appreciate this.
I always got your back.
So this one is worth another 7,500 UpX. Ka-chow.
Congratulations, sir.
All right. And then this one is worth 11,500 UpX.
Man, it doesn't even start with a P. Dude. It doesn't even start with a P.
I am Redbeard. I'm Redbeard, who won 100,000 UpX last week because he was the only one that staked on any of the properties.
Oh, they're on to you this week. I'm Redbeard.
And I think he only staked like 500 Sparklet. He's like, oh man, I feel so bad. But I was like, hey man, you're the only one that staked, so it is what it is. I said I was going to give it away, so congrats.
Yeah, that's how a lot of contests go sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Move that. Oh, I can probably do this. Watch that. I removed Sir Red, and if I thought about it, I would have had it. And then let's see here. Next one is for 12,500 UpX. That's 25. Congratulations. And next week I'm going to turn off the music because this is getting annoying.
Oh man, what am I going to dance to? I forgot to dance. Do you remember? I don't know if you even watched the show. When me and Left House with the Upland Action News, we used to do it every day. We would spin the wheel ungodly amount of times, and the music would go forever, and we would dance like absolute lunatics the entire time. It was like a shtick, and then we were committed to it, and it just went on forever, every day, 5 days a week, for years.
How many years?
I mean, I was there every day for probably a year and a half. I think he did like 3 years, 5 days a week, at least 3 years.
Ooh.
with the Upland Action News. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild times. But yeah, I'd never prepared for any of those either. I was going to break my streak tonight.
Oh, we had 9 people. Oh well, I'll give away more than 100,000. All right, this one's for a 18,500 UPX. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is another 12.5. I'm sorry, another 12.5. Here we go. Babs blocks. Congrats on 12,500 UPX.
Yes, sir.
All right. This one is for 18,500 UPX. Ratatouille. Congratulations.
Ratatouille. My favorite rat. The little French guy. Was he even French? Had to be.
I don't know. All right. This one is going to be for 25K UPX.
Try to say pierogies. What do you think it's a? There you go. Say it.
Burger. Not pierogies.
No, it's definitely not. I thought it was a P upside down. I didn't even get the letter right.
I was like, I don't know how you're getting pierogies on this.
When it was upside down, I didn't see I thought it was a P.
Yeah. And then I'm going to figure out next week how to kind of, some people staked a lot, some people staked a little. So next week I will make it where 100. I got to figure out the,
Have like a small prize wheel and a big prize wheel, and have some kind of arbitrary spark cut off.
Yeah, I like the small and the big. I like that idea. I'll think about that and then Wolf Warner also wins 25,000 UPX.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, that guy. The lucky guy. The lucky guy. He's in his prime right now. It's fantasy football season. So definitely need one more player for the Upland Fantasy League that's been going on 5 or 6 years. So I will get
6
everyone
years. That's crazy. We've known each other for 6 years, huh?
Yeah.
No.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be a good season. I'm going to try not to finish in the bottom 4 this year. I've been really bad for quite a while. I do somewhat. Well, actually, I did really bad last year in most leagues, except for the people at work that I kicked the crap out of.
It always seems like the work league is the easiest league of them all.
Whenever I'm the random guy, I win. It's like it's my move. Like if there's hey, my brother needs somebody for his league. I know one guy in the league who invited me. I always win. I'm like the person nobody knows. They hate you because you win every year. Other than that, I stink.
Yeah, we're just doing 25,000 UPX there, Kachow.
Now, we're doing our auction league as well? That's right.
That is the high roller league run by Wolf Warner, which is an auction draft. I love auction drafts.
Yeah, last year was my first time with you. We didn't stream that one, did we? No. I did not have time to prepare. I got off a boat, may or may not have had some cocktails, walked in the door and sat down and tried to do my first auction draft.
You got to prepare for an auction. You really have to come in. You got to come in with a plan because it will get crazy. And if you don't put limits on the players, you'll find yourself broke pretty quick and then trying to put the rest of the squad together.
Yeah. I think I have a better idea of the strategy. I was kind of winging it last year. I played it a little too safe. Just ended up with a mediocre safe team, basically, instead of taking a few high dollar swings. I think that need to happen. Like our guy Dizzy, he spent like his whole thing on his first 3 players or something. So
yeah,
I got a lot to learn in that department.
Wait, Wolf, I thought yours was an auction too, because I did 2 auctions last year. I ended up in Dizzy's home league, so they're all from his state, and I'm the like outlier on it. But I've been in his. I think this is the third or fourth year I'm in his home league, so I enjoy that. That that's pretty cool. I enjoy being part of making new friends through Upland and through Web3, and then ending up in people's home league fantasy footballs.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's been a wild ride here.
Abs-
These relationships we've built with people over 6 years. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out my timeline for drafting a little better this year. The fact that a lot of the drafts fall on Labor Day weekend just is not good for my attention span and my clarity of mind. We'll say we tend to have a little fun on Labor Day weekend, so I have to plot out my schedule and plan more appropriately than just coming out of the sun and trying to draft.
yeah. Wolf, I know yours is the High Roller 50K with 16 owners, but I thought we did an auction in that league last year. I swear we did auction in that league last year. Or did we auction in the Upland Fantasy League last year? I swore it was your league.
I'm pretty sure it was his league.
I swear it was. Because
Yes, because there was a snafu at the end of the season,
yeah.
right?
No, because no, it couldn't be another league, Wolf, because I did I did your high roller league, the Upland Fantasy Draft League, which we did Snake because Thank Me Later has no capacity to do a auction style draft. So
Oh, I can only imagine.
the only Upland leagues I was in last year was the Upland Fantasy League and your High Roller League that ended up being nothing because there was a snafu because Yahoo sucks, and that's why we went to Sleeper. Um, I swear, dude, we did an auction because
That
Mars was in it, SC was in it, you were in it.
sounds correct.
Yeah.
The snafu league. Yes, we rang the bell.
So we're not doing an auction. I was so looking forward to another auction. Dizzy's home league's an auction.
Tell him to kick one of his friends out so I can be in it. No, I'm just kidding. But really,
Uh,
though.
hey, Wolf, I might be hitting you up. I might need somebody in my home league, or Mars, I might be hitting you up. I might need somebody in my home league. I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, trying to limit my leagues. Wolf was already laughing at me. It's just never can happen.
Like, Wolf has probably 45 best ball leagues going on right now, and he's probably in about 18 other standard fantasy leagues.
Oh, the man's a savage.
Yeah. I
That's
can't wait to hear his final numbers for the year.
that's just football.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. My man's got a fantasy mini golf team. He's doing fantasy pickleball.
That's going to be a thing before you know it. Within 10 years, we'll have fantasy pickleball.
Yeah, Grandma Ethel going number one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fantasy pickleball, fantasy cornhole. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, I'd like to
Uh,
say I doubt it.
don't doubt it. Don't doubt it, baby. You know what's up.
So how'd you do in Rome, my man?
Rome, I didn't even like the collections were released today. Um, I didn't even look yet. It's just been one of those days.
That a girl goes
Um,
through?
no,
Oh,
you
okay.
couldn't slip that one in. Sorry. All right, here. Let's all see how I did together. Share screen. We'll find out. Let's see here. Trevi, I hit that one. Got 3. All right. Got the exclusive. Did not get the rare. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I got a whole lot of nothing so far too.
So I hit the exclusive.
Now we're still doing the thing where it has to sell out before it pops up or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's still hope.
Yeah. And there were streets.
I
I
missed
hate,
my my main target and then just kind of adapted on the fly.
yeah. And then they put it up for sale at a crazy price.
Yeah, it went down and then now it's up for fiat. I was looking at mobile, so I don't even know what it's listed as, but
Ah,
yeah, there was a couple out there.
it, I should have just said I would have helped try. I should have done that first because I didn't have time to research. I was just looking at sizes of neighborhoods and going at it. So I should have
Yeah,
tried to help you out.
size queen in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, no, that would have been cool. I was in perfect position. I just, unfortunately could not be on a PC with a fast internet connection. I was on mobile. That's doom. That's doom for being a sniper.
Yeah.
I had the
Oh,
perfect float. I was right over it.
Campatelli is a rare? Oh, a lot of stuff's not for sale. Big old space with big old properties.
Yeah, there's not much in there.
No.
There are some, I think, sold out properties though that I'm surprised aren't collections, but maybe there's some FSAs lingering or something that is holding things up.
There's a temple of Castor and Pollux that's not even like mapped out. There's a lot of things that are identified. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I
But
was
you
looking at
have,
that. The whole middle has like no properties drawn.
yeah, interesting. But you have two landmarks in that neighborhood too. Wow. For the size of that, there's not much that you could have got in there. So okay, I buy it. It's a rare.
Yeah, it's like 20 properties. No, maybe a little more, but it's not much.
No, it's not. It is not. All right. Now I do appreciate you joining me and hanging out with me tonight.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on. I'll always come through. Check
Yeah.
out the new show. You out here stretching your wings, flying out on your own. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I know we surprised Kachow that said you guys are into crypto, which, Mars was always into crypto. I should be more the surprise than you guys. So it should have been more to me. And I've watched from afar. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm into I wouldn't say I'm an investor. I wouldn't use those kind of I'm not like a trader or anything, but yeah, I'm in the space a little bit. I have noticed my chair. I need a new chair apparently. I moved down like 8 inches over the course of the podcast.
yeah, I'm a little lower than that. I don't know if it was my camera or my chair or what, but the kids come over and they play with stuff and my board they got stuff like changed. I'm like, stop. No, who touched the board? I don't know. It wasn't me. Not me. Somebody touched the board. One of you little Steven demons touched my board, so knock it off.
Yeah, yeah, my boy's just getting into that. I really need to we're making some adjustments here, so I'm trying to frame out some new walls in the studio to keep the little savage away from doing things like that. And so I just have a pile of stuff that he is just ravaging. He was running around with some GI Joe guys the other day.
I mean,
Then he called it a sloppy Joe guy, which was made my day for about an hour. Told me he was playing with a sloppy Joe guy.
nice. And I get it. Like this kind of stuff looks interesting and cool to them at the age, and they see us doing it. So yeah, I get it why they mess with it, but still, leave it alone.
Yeah, the board's tough. You mess up a board.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. All
But,
right.
all
So
right, brother, man.
yes, thank you so much for hanging out, discussing stuff, and hopefully people ended up a little smarter than me this week. So
Yeah,
Everybody,
probably I probably did not have anything to do with that, but hopefully you took that home. And, I will say I'm not gonna make any promises or put a timeline on it, but we'll see if we swing through the theme song here sometime in the imminent future for you.
ooh, that would be awesome. Just let me
Mm,
know. We can beat hunt together.
it just seems fitting, you know?
Yes. Love beat hunting with Mars. It's always fun. Now,
It's a good
now the
time.
best one of the themes ended up in a commercial, and somebody's like, "Hey, they stole your song." I'm like, "No, I just gotta." I said I subscribe to a thing where anybody can take the beats, and they have commercial lease of it, and it's fine as long as you use the code. So I didn't get the exclusive rights, but it's just interesting that people found the beats, after some time, because and then they went mainstream in ads or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's why, yeah, we ended up doing the remix too,
Yeah.
for that first one and put it out as a music video NFT, one of the first ones on Wax, if anybody wants to find that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, that's on YouTube too, if anyone wants to check out the full video from, what, 6 years ago almost at this point? The video is a little less old.
Almost. I think September of 2020.
Yeah, September or October, but yeah, hit up, Mars, Utah, McDuckin and Upix. It's out there on Left House's page, so if you wanna go in the Wayback Machine, that's a fun one.
Yeah. And definitely reserve October 17th to 19th here in Cleveland. We'll have fun. Come hang out. It's going to be a great time. Until then, everybody be safe, have fun, and we'll see you next week.